there and welcome. You're about to watch a Lakehead International live webinar. It is a great way to explore what Lakehead University is all about. In this session, you'll hear insights and stories from Lakehead professors, staff, and current students. While watching, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. For now, let's dive in. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's session. You're about to learn more about Lakehead University and studying in Canada and how we support your success as an international student. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to drop them in the Q&A function below. My name is Hartika Narayankar, your host for the session, and I'm joined today by Dr. Jessica Lovett from Career Services and Co-op. And then in the future slides, we will have Brian Beshia, Lakehead's Financial Literacy Engagement Officer. And I will just let Dr. Jessica introduce herself right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to connect with you today and to share some information with you about our services. My name is Jessica Lovett. I am delighted to be part of the team that's 100% dedicated to the students' and graduates' career success. And I'll tell you more about that later in the presentation. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jessica, for your introduction. So everyone together will be walking through employment opportunities and some co-op options, scholarships and financial planning that will be all resources for all of you to take your study ahead, to take your career ahead at Lakehead. So here's what we'll be covering today. We'll start with an overview of Lakehead and studying in Canada, then explore our academic programs. After that, we'll move into employment and co-op opportunities, followed by scholarships, budgeting, and financial planning. So we have got a lot to cover, so let's just move on. So let's just kick things off with an overview of Lakehead University. So Lakehead University is a public institution in Ontario, Canada, with 3 distinct locations. Our main campus is in Thunder Bay, and we also have campus in Orillia and a specialized STEM hub located in Barrie. So Lakehead is a small but mighty university wherein we are proud of our rankings. So our top 3 research universities in Canada. We are ranked as #1 university in North America with under 10,000 students. We are ranked top 5 university in Canada and #1 in Ontario. Why does that matter? Because rankings are one thing, but the real value that we provide is the student experience. And that's why we are very proud of our 96.2% career success rate within 2 years of our graduation. We are also small class sizes mean direct access to your professors and stronger support networks. So on our Thunder Bay campus, our ratio is 1 professor for every 15 students, and in Orillia, it's 1 for every 13. We have over 90 nationalities represented on campus, creating a vibrant, diverse learning environment. So you get the Canadian university experience while connecting with peers across the world. Talking about the numbers, so we have over 9,000 students, including around 1,900 international students, and more than 75,000 alumni now live and work who work in over 116 countries. So at Lakehead, you can explore a wide range of faculties from business administration, engineering, science, environmental studies, natural resources management, education, social sciences and humanities, health and behavioral sciences, law, and the newly launched Barrie STEM Hub. Now, these are our undergraduate programs. Undergraduate programs allows you to specialize a minor or major in various subjects, giving you a chance to customize your degree. So several of them include optional co-op experiences noted by the handshake symbol. So these are co-ops like business, computer science, engineering, environmental management, environmental science, environmental sustainability, kinesiology, and physics. So co-op gives you the chance to work full-time in your field while also earning Canadian experience. Talking about our graduate programs that also offer co-op options for theses, project-based, course-based, or portfolio-based routes. And if you want to continue beyond, we also have master's and doctorate programs that are available too. Now, one major reason why international students choose Canada, it is because of the ability to work while studying. So as a full-time student, you can work on and off campus. These jobs help you gain the Canadian work experience, build your resume, and also support your finances. Now, after you graduate, Lakehead program also qualifies you for a post-graduation work permit of up to 3 years. And by earning a Canadian degree, you will also receive extra points when applying for permanent residency. And now I would like to invite Dr. Jessica to talk more about career services and co-op in the next slide.
Thank you. So as I mentioned when we were just starting the presentation, Career Services and Co-op is the team at Lakehead University that's 100% dedicated to our students and graduates' career success. We offer a number of services for students, including career advising appointments where you can sit down with a member of the Career Services team and discuss your specific goals and interests and explore with our support the labor market and opportunities for you to find future employment that matches your interests. We also offer skill building workshops so that you can develop all the skills that are required to be a job seeker within the Canadian market. Those workshops could include, for instance, sessions on how to develop an effective resume, how to prepare for interviews, and how to develop skills in something, for instance, like networking, which can be something that we all struggle with, and it is a skill that we can build like any other skill. So while you are developing your academic expertise and learning in class, the Career Services and Co-op team supports you to develop related parallel skills outside of class. We also bring employers to campus on a regular basis at all of our learning locations, and we offer information sessions with employers or career fairs where employers are actively looking to connect with Lakehead students. We host networking events. These are not as hiring oriented, but they're about expanding the people that you know within various professional contexts. And we offer an exclusive job bank for students in a platform called My Success, where employers partner with us to post opportunities that they want to present specifically to our current students, our co-op students, and our soon-to-be graduates. We offer support to students for their job search. That job search could be for co-op, or it might be for part-time work, or for summer work, or for full-time work upon graduation. And we are the team that will administer the cooperative education experience for those students that are in one of our 27 programs that include co-op. But whether or not your program has co-op, you have access to support from the Career Services and Co-op team. 100% of our programs qualify you for support from us both during your studies and after you graduate. We deliver our services, as I said, in all of our learning locations. In Thunder Bay, there's a specific point of service for you to go as your first step. It's called the Career Zone, and it's located just under our bookstore in our main student building there. And the Career Zone offers drop-in support almost every day in the week. Currently, we're offering drop-in support 4 out of the 5 business days in the week. And so there's lots of opportunity for you just to get started with us. You don't have to wait until you're about to graduate to connect in with us. In fact, we say drop in and say hello as soon as you arrive on campus. In Orillia and Barrie, our locations for services vary, so we tend to go wherever the students are. In the Orillia campus, we deliver a lot of services in our Orsi Learning Commons, which is the big library space. We also travel to our Heritage Place facility in Orillia, which is where a lot of our education students study. And we also visit students in Barrie campus at their campus. And I was just there last week connecting with students in electrical engineering to tell them about their cooperative program and opportunities for support with co-op in electrical engineering. So we go where the students are in Orillia and Barrie, and something that we tell all students is to keep reading your email. If you see an email in your inbox from the Career Services team, that's us telling you about where we're going to be and opportunities for you to connect with great services and new people who could help you expand your career goals and clarify your path upon graduation.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Jessica. So, just for everyone to note, even if you cannot drop in, there's always someone available by email, or you can even book a one-on-one appointment anytime. So support is always within reach. Now, let's talk about why gaining work experience in Canada matters. And I love this part because the benefits are real and they add up very quickly. So, the first big advantage is obviously the career advancement and job market readiness, and working part-time, taking on different roles, or even stepping into full-time position later on helps you build the kind of practical experience that employers are looking for. That hands-on learning makes you more competitive in your field. You'll also grow your skills. You'll develop soft skills like communication, teamwork, and problem solving. And these might look a little different in Canada compared to other countries. So getting that experience here helps you adapt and stand out. And it goes without saying, but it's worth repeating that Canadian work experience strengthens your resume. It also makes your CV more appealing to employers, whether you stay in Canada or work elsewhere. Now, beyond that, you'll also start building a real network of connections. Since we are the only universities in our hometowns, we have built strong ties with local industries. That relationship becomes a bridge for you. So through part-time roles, internships, and co-op opportunities, many students end up securing full-time roles after graduation, and these connections really matter. So working here also helps you understand Canadian workplace culture. You'll get first-hand exposure to etiquette, expectations, and also business norms. That improves your adaptability and professionalism. So you'll also learn about labor laws and workplace rights and employer expectations, which are all essential parts of navigating your career confidently. And also, finally, the financial benefits, which is you're earning money that can help cover tuition and also living expenses. It reduces financial stress, especially when you're studying away from home. So I've been in your shoes when I was studying abroad in Canada for my post-graduation degree, and that part-time income really mattered to me. So it gave me stability and it helped me stay focused on my goals. So now for some of you, you might be financing your studies through other means, and that's completely fine. So even then, having extra income from work can make day-to-day life easier. And we'll get into budgeting a little later when Brian takes over. But for now, I'm going to shift things over to Jessica, who will walk you through co-op program here at Lakehead.
Thank you. And I really echo everything that was just shared about the benefits of working in Canada. And the other thing that I would say is we do encourage students to prepare to put some effort into the skills you need to develop in order to secure those job opportunities. Cooperative education is one of the ways that you can get some structured support for that skill building. But as I mentioned, whether or not your program has co-op, you have access to support to build the skills required for a successful job search in Canada via our career services team. So cooperative education is an optional additional experience for students who are in programs that have the opportunity to do co-op. It is a way in which you alternate between academic studies and full-time paid work experience. And depending on your program, you could do a work term of as short as 4 months up to 16 months. The co-op work terms, as I mentioned, are always 100% paid, and students are doing real work within a work environment as part of co-op. Depending on your program, your wage could range from minimum wage, which currently is just under $18 an hour in Canada, up to $40 at the high end. Typically, those students who are drawing wages at about $40 an hour are in our engineering and technology programs. But on the co-op web pages, you will find a co-op salary survey that can give you a sense of what students have been earning over the past few years. And I've put a short link into our webinar chat that you can all follow if you'd like to learn more about the co-op process. We have many, many partners who we work with as part of co-op. And it's important for students to know that these partners post job opportunities with Lakehead University where our students can access and apply to them, but they're not guaranteed. So if you'd like to do co-op, you have to treat it like an additional course or academic experience. And the course involves effort on the part of the student to attend a mandatory preparatory online course, to come to the career zone, to meet with your co-op advisor, and to let us know when you're ready to proceed to co-op by meeting our deadlines for intent forms and things like that. Once you follow your responsibilities and put the effort in to develop your skills, then you can apply for and secure a co-op work term. When you're on co-op, we meet with you during your co-op to make sure things are going well. We provide you with career services support, and we also connect with your employer to see what your employer thinks about your performance on the job. And in this way, the university is still providing you with feedback about your academic professional development in the workplace. At the end of each of your work terms, co-op students must prepare and submit a final report. That report is graded by a faculty advisor in your academic faculty. And so cooperative education does appear on your transcript. It helps you build your resume and expand your professional awareness of what it's like in the field that you've chosen to study in once you get out of school. So it builds your resume, but it also appears on your transcript and is a permanent record of your learning and your work-related learning. So it's a real benefit for those students who choose to participate. In every co-op program, except for mechatronics, as I mentioned, cooperative education is optional. Students who choose mechatronics should be aware that there is one mandatory co-op work term required before they graduate. So if you're thinking about mechatronics, that's just some good information to know as you select that program. You will be required to do a work term for mechatronics. And the other thing I will say about cooperative education is that in addition to your study visa, you require a co-op work permit in order to be eligible to do co-op. And that work permit is something that you should apply for at the same time that you arrive or as you're working for your study permit. So when you apply for all your permits, you should also make sure that you get the right information about the co-op work permit if you're interested in doing co-op. We find that students who apply ahead of time for the work permit before they get to the university get the work permit in time and have more opportunity to participate in co-op as a result. Here are some recent co-op partners. And as I mentioned, these partners post opportunities for students, but it's up to the student to attend the interview and secure their opportunity. So as you can see, we do partner with some major partners. We have opportunities for students to do co-op in regions surrounding our campuses and also across the province of Ontario and even across Canada. Right now we have students who are on co-op in British Columbia and in Alberta and in Ontario, for instance. So we do see that students can work with us to identify your goal. If there's a company that you'd really like to work with that's not on this list, don't worry, we will support you in applying to that company. Our model is a supported independent job search model. It is built this way to help our students develop the skills you're going to need when you graduate. So we work with you to make you a competitive applicant and to give you all the support you need to develop skills you're going to use throughout your whole career. And we very deliberately follow a model that requires you to compete for your co-op opportunity. We don't place you one-to-one with an employer, but support you to stand up and be competitive in the job search as a part of getting ready to launch into your professional career.
Yeah.
I would just also say we have more than 4,000 employer partners who are in our database in My Success. And I'm really excited to have the opportunity to introduce you to the employers when they attend campus for career fairs and information sessions.
That's really good to know, Dr. Jessica. One thing to note here is that we do not guarantee co-op terms, but we are always here to support you in exploring opportunities and also preparing strong applications. Now, let's take a look at the programs that offer co-op, and Dr. Jessica will walk through the undergraduate list first, and then we'll move into the graduate programs.
Thank you. And yes, we do not guarantee co-op because we are building you with skills for success in your future. And the labor market is always a competitive space, so we're helping our students become competitive. Co-op is an academic program that you must work to succeed in. Programs that offer co-op at the undergraduate level include a variety of topics in business, so accounting, business analytics and information systems, finance, human resources management, industrial relations, and marketing. Those programs all have the option to do up to 12 months of co-op. And business administration, the Honors Bachelor of Commerce, similarly can do up to 12 months of co-op. In the computer science program in Thunder Bay campus, students can do up to 16 months of co-op. And in engineering, all of the engineerings, chemical, civil, electrical, mechanical, and software engineering, those students can do up to 16 months of co-op. Environmental management and environmental studies for environmental science in the geography streams, those students can do 12 months of co-op. And environmental sustainability, students can do 16 months of co-op. In forestry, co-op is directly facilitated by the dean, and you work directly with your faculty to pursue co-op. But again, many months of co-op available there. In kinesiology and physics, students can do 16 months of co-op. If you decide to do 16 months of co-op, or 12 if your program allows you to have 12 months of co-op, your transcript will say with co-op. It will indicate right on your parchment that you have a co-op degree. If you decide to do fewer than the required number of months of co-op, for instance, perhaps you just want to do 1 term or 2 terms of co-op, then your credits will appear on your transcript, but your degree will not say co-op. You have the option to pursue the experience that best matches your goals when you choose Lakehead. And so there's a degree of flexibility in our cooperative education program as a result. In our graduate programs, we offer the option to do co-op for computer science, economics, and the engineering and physics disciplines that you see on the screen. All of these programs offer international students the option to do up to 8 months of co-op. And there is an eligibility chart that you will find if you visit the co-op link that I put in the chat that tells you exactly when and how you would be able to do co-op. For master's students, my earlier point about requiring a co-op work term visa is really important. Like a co-op work visa is really important for master's students because it can take a while to process a request for co-op. So if you're at all thinking about doing co-op, apply for your work term co-op visa as early as possible, as soon as you've been accepted and admitted and you've chosen Lakehead. And you can find information about support for how to apply for that work term permit on our web pages online. But you can do 8 months of co-op if you're choosing a master's degree at Lakehead. Okay, so most students can go out for co-op in following the summer after their 2nd or 3rd year. And graduate students, it's usually after 2 semesters or 1 full year of studies. That varies by program. It's different for every program, as I mentioned, and so you really do need to read your academic calendar carefully and review the co-op eligibility charts, which you will find on the co-op web pages. Those explain when you go out for co-op and how to be eligible. In order to be eligible for co-op, you have to maintain a certain grade point average. That's to keep you safe in the workplace. So we want students who have already mastered the fundamentals of their chosen programs and so are ready to be safe in the workplace to have the opportunity to do co-op. For most programs, that academic eligibility requires maintaining a 70% average, but for some it's as high as 75, in addition to having completed the required number of academic semesters and also doing a co-op prep course. Co-op work terms can begin in September, fall, and May. And in most programs, you have the opportunity to experience the full fiscal cycle in your chosen industry, and the work term sequences alternate with your academic work terms to give you that opportunity to see what the industry is like at different times of year. And the mandatory preparatory elements that we talk about for co-op include letting us know that you do want to do co-op when you arrive by completing an intent form according to some deadlines, completing a preparatory course in our My Course Link program in D2L, That's a 4-module asynchronous mandatory training experience for all students who wish to do co-op. And then there's some academic components, like I discussed earlier. You will write a report reflecting on your skill development and your points of learning following every work term. And you have also the opportunity to receive reviews, formal performance reviews from your co-op employers, and that contributes to the information that your faculty will use to assess your grade for co-op.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jessica, for that. So, one important thing I wanted to just, add on to what you mentioned. So, there are no guaranteed positions or employers for co-op. So, students who do not secure a co-op work permit upon arrival or at the same time as they receive their study permit may not be eligible for co-op. And students who do not meet any academic requirements or who do not complete mandatory preparatory prerequisites will not be approved for co-op as well. So co-op students are not placed with employers, but must actively search for co-op employment through a supported independent job search model. Would you like to add something to that, Jessica, or should we move on?
Oh, I really love that you're emphasizing that. And I just want students to know that the supported independent job search model, we are a coach. So if you think about the student body as a sports team, maybe football team, I'm a coach telling the team how to improve their job search strategy or how to improve their gameplay. I can teach students how to kick the ball, how to score a goal. We hold practices so students can come for support with various techniques required in a job search. There's a lot of support for students, but you're absolutely correct that co-op is not a guarantee. It's an optional experience that we support students to have if it's something they wish to include in their program. But if you don't meet the eligibility requirements, or if you select a program that does not have co-op, we cannot put you into the co-op program. You do have to meet some specific requirements, and those are there for good reasons. And if you've chosen a program that does not have co-op, there's similarly a lot of support for your career development. So I just want to make sure everyone on the call understands that whether or not you are part of co-op, you do have support for your career from Lakehead University.
Perfect.
Oh, here's this great work term sequencing chart that we wanted to just show you to let you know what that can look like in terms of alternating between your academics and your full-time work experiences should you join the co-op program. Is there anything specifically you wanted us to discuss on this one?
No, if you could just give a brief about, like, explain the chart for students to understand, that would be good.
Sure. So what you see on this chart is on the left-hand side, you'll see the different programs. So it starts with an example of the Honors Bachelor of Commerce program, which can be taken by students at Aurelia or Thunder Bay. In your first year, if you're in that program, for instance, your first year would be all academic. Fall is your first academic semester, winter is your second academic semester, and then in the summertime, you have the option to do what you wish in the summer. You can look for part-time or summer employment and just enjoy developing some of that experience should you find some of that employment, or you can travel and experience the country or return home for a visit. In year 2, you do your third academic semester in the fall, followed by your academic semester in the winter. But in the fall of year 2, this is when you would apply to do co-op if you'd like to do a work term in the summer. Your first work term for commerce students would happen in the summer between year 2 and year 3. So you let us know you want to apply, you complete all your mandatory prep requirements in the fall of year 2, that online asynchronous course I was telling you about. And then you start your supported job search in the fall and through the winter while you're also doing your academics. So think about the co-op experience and the job search as being an additional course on top of your regular academics, because a job search is like a job in itself. You have to spend some time, a few hours every week, in order to be successful. You do your work term in summer of between year 2 and year 3. You return for academics for fall in year 3 and winter. And then you can do up to, for the business students, up to 2 more work terms. And so because we have optional start times, you might do your next 2 work terms in the summer and fall, or you might do your next 2 work terms in the fall and winter. If you were unsuccessful in applying for your first work term between year 2 and year 3, you might do a full year in a row with the same employer and do your co-op between year 3 and year 4. The rule in all of these programs, except for one, and you can probably see it on this chart very quickly, is that you must end your academic experience on an academic work term. So for business students in commerce, they end their experience by coming back for a full year of academics. And what we see is that many students receive job offers from their cooperative education employers, and the employers say, after you've finished your degree, please come back and work with us full time. So often you will have a job offer lined up as a result of your cooperative work experience. The one exception to ending on an academic experience is in the environmental sustainability program, where the last experience in that program is actually a work term. And we have a student right now out in British Columbia who's finishing her final work term, doing some environmental sustainability work with a mining company out there to make sure that the mine is not negatively impacting any of the ecosystems around the experience in the mountains of British Columbia. So in that case, the student is going to carry on after she does her work term and work full time for that employer as an environmental specialist. So as you can see on this chart, there's a great deal of variation in when and how you go out for co-op. So if you find any of that confusing and you'd like to have a chat with us, you can always reach out to us at careers.coop@lakeheadu.ca, and we're available to help you understand the sequence of co-op and all the steps you need to make in order to be successful. As a co-op student, it's your responsibility to understand your program and to read all the information and take accountability for the steps that you must take in order to let us know that you're ready to go. And we are here to help you understand the rules if you need any support. But really, we see you as an equal partner in this. This is all about your professional development, and co-op itself is a model that involves support from the university, the individual student and job worker, or the cooperative worker, and your employer. So you essentially enter into a three-way partnership when you do a cooperative education experience, and you are an equal player, an important player in that partnership, and very empowered as a young professional. So we expect cooperative education students to act in a professional way and learn the professional standards required, and we're here to help you with that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jessica, for that explanation. I would also like to add on a small note that this chart is from 2024 to 2025, so from last year. So if you're looking for the most up-to-date co-op sequence, the latest version is always posted on our website. And I always remind students that this information that you're hearing today may not match the co-op offerings exactly when you're ready to apply. So if you're joining us in fall 2026, for example, your co-op start date might not be, until 16 months from now, or let's say, from 16 months from now on. So things can evolve, but this gives you a solid idea of what to expect and what you can look forward to. So now I will let Brian take over at the budgeting part of our presentation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Brescia. I'm the Financial Literacy Engagement Officer here at Lakehead University. I'm really excited to talk to you today about something that's essential for every student: managing your money while you're studying in Canada. Whether you're planning to join us for your undergraduate or graduate studies, learning how to budget and understand funding options will help you feel confident and prepared. So let's start by exploring what budgeting really means and how you can plan for success at Lakehead. When you think about budgeting, there are a few key terms to understand. A need is something essential, like tuition, rent, or food, things you can't do without. A want is something nice to have but not essential, like dining out or new tech. Priorities help you decide what to focus on first. For example, paying your housing before spending on entertainment. And finally, your budget is your plan, an estimate of what money you have coming in and what you'll spend over a set period. Understanding these concepts will help you feel more confident about managing your money in Canada. Budgeting and resource expenses. When you build your budget, it's about balancing your resources and your expenses. Your resources might include summer savings, support from parents or spouse, sponsors, a part-time job, scholarships or bursaries, and even government benefits or student loans, depending on your eligibility. On the expense side, think about what you'll need to pay for: tuition, fees, books, equipment, housing, food, entertainment, transportation, and personal care. Tracking these helps you plan realistically for life as an international student and avoid financial surprises. Fees and expenses. Before you arrive, take time to explore your program's tuition and fees. Lakehead University offers a detailed cost estimator on our website. This tool lets you enter your program and see approximate costs for tuition, living expenses, and other necessities. Using the cost estimator helps you and your family plan ahead and feel confident about your financial commitment before you even step foot on campus. Budgeting. Financial Consumer Agency of Canada. Another excellent resource to help you manage your money in Canada is the Financial Consumer Agency of Canada. They offer free, easy-to-use budgeting tools and guides that explain why budgeting matters, what to consider before you start, how to create a plan that fits your lifestyle. They also share practical tips to help you stick to your budget, which can be especially useful as you adjust to a new country and new spending habits. Financing your education. Now that we've covered budgeting, let's talk about how to finance your education at Lakehead. Our university is proud to offer one of the top undergraduate scholarship programs in Canada. These scholarships recognize excellence and help reduce your overall tuition costs, allowing you to focus more on your studies and your student experience here. International undergraduate entrance scholarships. If you're applying to an undergraduate program, you'll automatically be considered for Lakehead's international entrance scholarships. There's no separate application required. These awards are open to non-Canadian citizens entering directly from high school or transferring from an international college or university. Here's how it works. Scholarships are based on your academic average at the time of admission. The higher your average, the greater your scholarship value. For example, students with averages of 90% or higher may receive the top value scholarship, while those in the 80 to 89.9% range may qualify for a smaller award. Some international entrance scholarships are renewable for up to 4 years, depending on your academic average and maintaining the required standing each year. To learn more about our eligibility details, renewal requirements, and scholarship values, visit our international scholarship website at lakeheadu.ca/international/future scholarship-awards. Your hard work before coming to Canada and your dedication once you arrive can make a difference in reducing your tuition costs and helping you focus on your studies. Now we'll move on to graduate funding overview. If you're considering graduate studies, it's important to know that graduate studies is a separate office at Lakehead University that oversees its own funding opportunities. While I'll give you a quick overview, their team are the true experts and can help you explore options in more detail. Graduate students may be eligible for assistantship or faculty research scholarships that provide both financial support and valuable professional experience. Graduate assistantships, often called GAs, are employment contracts where students assist with teaching, research, or lab work in their department. Research-based graduate students may also qualify for faculty research scholarships, which are funded through faculty research grants and offer opportunities to work closely with professors on academic projects. These funding options allow you to build your academic and professional experience while helping to offset the cost of your studies. If you have any questions about budgeting, scholarships, or funding, our team is here to help. You can connect with Student Central. We're here to guide you through every step from budgeting for your first semester to exploring funding opportunities that support your goals. We look forward to welcoming you to the Lakehead community and helping you build a bright financial future. Thank you so much.
All right, so that was the presentation for today, and now we come to the question and answers round. So I would ask everyone to just add your questions in the Q&A box. That way we are able to help you. Just make sure that your answers are being, your questions are being answered, basically. So with that, let's just begin with answering your questions. So Dr. Jessica, Jessica, do you have a question to answer before we get started? I could see that you were able to answer a lot of questions, throughout the presentation and help our audience today. So do you have any common questions that you would just like to highlight for our audience?
One question that someone asked, which I think is just helpful to share for everyone, is they were asking how soon might they be available for work, or how quickly does somebody typically find work as part of their programs? And so in general, at Lakehead, we find that most of our graduates, once they've done their program, they find their career-connected opportunity within 6 months after graduating. That's by working really hard on a job search. And some individuals, depending on the labor market or their chosen industry, might take up to 2 years. So I think it's good for people to know about that once they're done their program, there is a period of time where they're conducting an active job search, and that ranges between 6 months and 2 years. And then if people want to know exactly when their program might allow them to go work as part of a co-op work term, they can find that information on the co-op sequence chart, which I included in the chat for everyone to see.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for that. I think there are a lot of questions in the chat and Q&A now. Let's go ahead with those. So I can see a lot of questions about entrance-based scholarships for MSc. So we do not have any automatic entrance-based scholarships for graduate programs, but we do have some scholarships and awards for graduate programs, but those are very competitive and limited. So I would just ask you to, check with the admissions team if you get that. Basically, how it works is when you apply, you're already automatically being considered for those scholarships and awards. And if you are, if you get that, it will be mentioned in your letter of acceptance, or it will be mentioned to you via email. So, and if not, unfortunately, that means that you were not eligible for that scholarship. That answers a lot of those GA questions, the graduate assistantship questions, and also the awards questions. I can see a question from Aisha for September 2026 intake. When should I apply for student for visa or study permit? I would say if you have gotten your offer letter, whether it be unconditional or conditional, you should get started with your visa application. for study permit. That way, you will beat the odds because the processing times may vary depending on where you're from. And how can I apply for scholarships? I'm not sure which program you're applying for, if it's undergraduate or graduate, but you will, I will just share the link over here for you to go through the scholarships page and just get more information in general about the same.
Can I answer a question that I
Sure.
see about, one of our attendees has asked if there's any help to find part-time jobs, and that is exactly one of the things that you can receive. You can definitely, no matter what program you're in, receive support from the Career Zone, the Career Services team, for help finding a part-time job or a summer job, and also help with finding employment or deciding what sort of career you want to pursue after your program. So whether or not your program has co-op, all programs and all students at the university receive support from Career Services for their employment needs. So we are here to help you. We're not an agency, so we don't place or match you with employment opportunities, but we coach you so that you can be competitive and so that your application materials meet Canadian expectations with respect to what those materials should look like. So yes, we are here to help you with your part-time job search. And basically, there's no question connected to employment that you cannot ask. We are in your corner to help you.
Thank you so much for that. So there are other questions that I will answer. For example, someone has asked, how early can I enter Canada? So as an international student, you can usually enter Canada up to 30 days before your program start date, and make sure your study permit is approved before you travel, and plan your arrival so you have time to settle in and attend orientation and also get ready for the classes. Another question is about the bursaries. So how about the bursaries? Do we receive any automatic consideration as well? So most bursaries at Lakehead University are need-based. So, and you usually need to apply through My Awards after admission. So you need to have an admission before that. They are not automatic. So it is important that you submit your application and any required documents to be considered. So another question is, after I have been accepted, I cannot apply for scholarship anymore. So you can still apply for scholarships after being accepted, but most graduate scholarships at Lakehead University require you to have an admission offer first, and then you can submit your application through My Awards. So some awards are not automatic, but many need a separate application. So it is important to check deadlines and just apply even after an acceptance.
If it's okay, I'd like to answer the
Sure.
question about the MBA and the co-op. So
Sure,
I'll
sounds
send,
good.
okay, great. So the question is, MBA is a very costly degree, but it seems there aren't incentives whether for the GA or co-op. I'll respond to the co-op side, and then if you have any insights on the funding side, Hartika, that might be great. But so I think it's important for everyone to know that career success comes in a variety of different ways, and cooperative education is not the only way that Lakehead degrees prepare students for financial wellness or career success. With a program like the MBA, it's a credential that's very much in demand by the business community, and so there's no need for co-op to encourage those students to take more early career work experiences. MBA graduates do very well without a co-op work experience, and if they wish, they often find part-time or summer or connected work that they can do while they're completing their program. So even if your program does not have co-op, you have support for your career development at Lakehead University. And if it's not part of your program, there is no way we can add it. So there's no way to mix and match program design. If co-op is part of your program, then you will be supported in that if that's one of the things you wish to do as part of your student experience at Lakehead. And if there isn't co-op, there's most likely something else, like a case study or other research project or capstone project, which is more real world connected. So every program at Lakehead has some element of experiential learning, which is hands-on learning that you can use as stories and interviews and job searches. And most of them also include some element of work integrated learning, but not all of the programs include co-op. It's a pretty broad field. And if you are curious about what sort of work integrated learning or experiential learning is associated with your program, you can find more information in the academic calendar, or you can email the Career Services team at careers.coop@lakeheadu.ca, and we'll help explain it to you for your specific program.
Thank you so much for that. All right, there is another question. So for a PhD program, is it necessary for an applicant to obtain a supervisor's endorsement before an admission decision is made? So yes, for most PhD programs at Lakehead University, having a potential supervisor's agreement and or endorsement is usually required before your application can be fully considered. So this ensures that like a faculty member is available to guide you through your research and support your funding application. If you have any more questions and we are not able to answer it today, you can email us at welcome@lakehead.u.ca. I'll just put it in the chat so that we are able to answer each and every one of your questions even after this webinar gets over. I will just keep a time cognizant, so we still have a few minutes to answer your questions before we wrap up today's session. So if you have any questions, please put it in the Q&A box. It really helps us to navigate your questions and answer them in a seemingly manner. All right, I can see that there are no more questions. So we'll just move on with our presentation. All right. So if you have any more questions, you can email us at welcome@lakeheadu.ca or also connect with us on social media. We are there on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lakehead International. You can also go through our virtual campus tours. We have for Thunder Bay and Aurelia. And in case you're interested in more such upcoming events, you can just scan this QR code and you'll be able to register for such live and welcoming events with a lot of information to be able to provide you. So with that, I would like to thank Dr. Jessica Lovett for being here present today and answering a lot of your questions live for us. So thank you so much, Jessica, for your insights.
I'm really happy to be here, and I look forward to meeting some of you in future on a campus at Lakehead.
Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. You can connect with us on social media. You can find us at Lakehead International on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We hope to see you in our next live webinar. Bye for now.